namaste to one and all present here. I am Srinisha of class 10, the founder of OceanGuard. OceanGuard is an AI-powered plastic cleanup drones which are designed to clean the ocean sustainably and autonomously. Do we all know how many millions of plastics are there in our ocean right now? 11 million metric tons. Yes, you heard it right. 11 million metric tons of plastic reach our oceans every year, and sadly, marine lives are dying, ecosystems are collapsing, and plastic is making its way back to our dinner plates. But wait, where do these plastics come from? Let's see its sources. Mainly, these plastics come from industries such as packaging industries, agricultural industries, and automobile industries. From the industries, these plastics are transported to the sea via rivers, and around 1,000 rivers are responsible for about 80% of the global plastic pollution. It also has a lot of effects, like it can affect the wildlife, food chain, habitat degradation, and can also cause a lot of economic impacts. It can affect the wildlife both internally and externally. Internally, the consumption of plastic leads to the accumulation of toxin in the intestine. Also externally, the skin of the aquatic animals get entangled in the plastics, which also leads to death. And in food chain, the microplastic consumption can lead to accumulation of toxin in the food chain. And when we come to habitat degradation, plastics generally have a capacity to change the habitat of its users. Like we take us humans, we have changed a lot of our habitats due to the usage of plastic. Similarly, if this plastic pollution continues, then the amount of the aquatic animals may change their ability to adapt to climatic changes. Also, when we come to economic impacts, plastic can negatively impact the fishing, tourism, and other industries which completely rely on healthy oceans. You may think I told the problem, the solution, effects, and sources, but do you have an example? Yes, I do. We all would have known the city Texas, one of the biggest cities in the world. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is double the size of the city Texas and consists of about 1.8 trillion tons of plastics in it. So now, to sum up the problem statement, a minimum of 8 million tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. And there are traditional cleanup methods which include manual cleanup via boats or through barriers like river nets. Some rely on volunteer beach cleanups too. But all these solutions are either limited in range or inconsistent. So I present you OceanGuard, an AI-powered plastic cleanup drones which are designed to detect and collect the plastics and debris which are floating in the ocean sustainably and autonomously. Our drone contains a camera to detect the plastic, mechanical arms to collect it, and solar panels to stay charged. So this OceanGuard is built with a combination of AI, robotics, and other sustainable technology. This is made from a lightweight material which is mainly recycled marine plastic or carbon fiber. It is charged with solar panels so that it can work sustainably for a long duration. It is also designed in such a way that it stays stable and buoyant in rough waters. It contains a computer vision system due to which it can identify the plastics from the marine life, and also contains water sensors to measure the pollution levels and monitors ocean health. It is fixed with a GPS and navigation system which allows it to move freely across the oceans. We are placing it in a robotic arms and section system so that it collects the plastic without harming marine life, and also it separates the plastic into recyclable and non-recyclable plastics on board. It is also fixed with a compactor which compresses the plastic so that more amount of plastics can be collected in one single trip. It also has IoT connectivity. Here, IoT refers to Internet of Thinking, that is, it sends real-time data to the central hub and others. It also provides the data to the governments, NGOs, and researchers. Docking stations are placed in key locations for charging and maintenance. Also, it can be monitored through remotes for efficient fleet management. When we come to its collection, this drone is designed in such a way that it can collect 50 to 100 kgs of drone per day and can travel a distance of 10 to 20 kilometers into the sea. It is also designed in such a way that it collects the microplastics up to 1 meter depth. This is mostly made of lithium-ion or LiFePO4 batteries because they are long-lasting. It has a power of 10,000 to 20,000 amperes and can work up to 6 to 8 hours in the absence of sun. On a sunny day, it can work for 24 hours, and it takes a very less time for charging, which is just 2 to 4 hours. And This drone collects 1.5 to 3 tons of plastics per month, which means 1,000 drones can collect 1,500 to 3,000 tons of plastics per month. That is, with a fleet of 1,000 drones, we could potentially remove 36,000 tons of plastics, which makes a significant impact on the global ocean pollution. So to sum up the process, the OceanGuard first enters the ocean and then detects the plastic with the help of AI sensors, and then the robotic arms collects the plastic, and again sorting mechanism takes place, that is recyclable and non-recyclable plastics are separated, and then processing, that is the compactor compresses the plastic and data is reported to the governments, NGOs and researchers. Now this collected plastic is sold to the eco-friendly brands to convert it into sustainable products. So you may think, why should you invest on me? This is because we do have some competitive advantages. This drone is fully autonomous and solar powered, which means it is sustainable and no any human intervention is needed. It is AI driven, that is, it is not harming any of the marine life. And it provides a scalable solution. As we saw, 36,000 tons can be removed, which is really a scalable solution. And then data monetization. It sends real-time data to the NGOs, governments and other researchers. The global plastic cleanup market has estimated $30 billion by 2030, and we have also got growing demand for these plastics in various fields like fashion, packaging and manufacturing industries. We have also got potential customers like the governments, NGOs, eco-conscious businesses and other sustainably focused customers. But why should we do this? This is because as citizens of the world, this is a global crisis. This not only affects the marine life, but also affects us, our human health. So it's just us in saving the oceans while creating a profitable green business. This OceanGuard is not just a product, it's a mission. It's a mission to restore the marine health, to protect the biodiversity, and to encourage tech-driven sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now open to questions.
Hi.
Hello.
Great idea. It's nice to keep our oceans nice and clean. So have you got any estimate on what it's going to cost to build something like this?
So the hardware costs about 45 to 55,000, which means including testing, we get about 90,000.
Sorry, including testing?
90,000.
90,000. And have you approached anybody with
No,
this
sir,
idea?
we are
Have you spoken to anybody?
No, sir, we are working.
And you only spoke about ocean cleanup, right? What about rivers and other ecosystems? Because there are, if you look at India, one of the things on your first graph, India was not even on that map, right? But we are a huge pollutant for, of plastic and trash and
yes,
from our chemicals and all of that. So apart from the coastal areas, there's a lot of rivers, like even Chennai, if you look at the Coombe, it's so dirty, right? So maybe you could also look at the river ecosystem within India, because it needs a lot of cleanup and it could do a lot of good for the marine life there.
Yes, I include, sir.
Okay. So I understood the solution of what you are proposing. For me to understand, according to you, what is the percentage of plastic materials that you see floating on the water, and what that goes below in depth to the ocean? Like, what is the percentage?
So most of the plastics float. Only microplastics go under the ocean. Mm-hmm. So we do remove the plastics that are floating on the ocean, and then we can work on microplastics.
Okay, got it. And in terms of, like, say, you mentioned about it's like AI powered solution, everything. Yes. So where your AI platforms is, because like whatever the images that I see is more about like a device that roams around.
Yes,
tracks its location and then clean it up and then dump it back, right? So where is this AI solution coming into the picture?
Like we will do it inside the drone, sir. Like AI will be fixed inside the drone and then it will detect the plastics.
So for detecting the plastics, you wanted to use AI?
Yes, sir. Okay. So that it doesn't harm any of the marine life.
So just one more question. So when you spoke about each drone is going to pick up 50 to 100 kilos, right? And about 1 ton, 1.5 tons per month.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to store all of this?
So we'll sell it to the eco-friendly brands so that they will turn it into sustainable products.
Okay, so you probably have to factor in the cost of warehousing or storing of all this trash before it goes somewhere, because it's going to be very difficult to transport 50 kilos of trash every day to someplace, right? So that will also kind of increase the cost there.
Okay.
And a follow-up question based on Shyam, sir. So you mentioned your cost is going to be somewhere around 90,000, right? I think you need to relook at that cost? Because like setting up a solar panel and a floating mechanism to store and incubate, or like they have to collect and store that amount of thing, right? I don't think you can match it with that cost. So you need to look at the actual cost of making that product.
Yes.
Okay.
But like it is effective, sir. Like one drone can collect 50 to 100 kg. That's a big amount. So it is effective for the money.
Yeah, I understood. Like what I'm saying is the cost of making the product, right? You mentioned somewhere around 45,000 plus with testing 90,000, right?
Yes,
so I'm
sir.
saying you need to relook at that cost on
Sure,
making
sir.
that product.
Sure, sir.
So add upon sir's mentioning the price amount, right? So I think there are several solutions available in the Western countries,
Yes.
right? I don't think so. You mentioned on your presentation. That's
Yes.
fine, but for India, I don't see any other peoples are doing the same. That's a really wonderful idea that we need to have a marine system, right? And also, it is completely autonomous. So, as sir said, the cost will increase much more higher than what you think of, right? So, also per ocean, like a kind of per the beach or something like that you are mentioning. So, how many drones or how many the missions that you want to install, like?
Sir, at the
Let's say-
beginning, we can do a first fleet of 50 drones. We can check it. We can check our progress, and then we can do it. We can work on
So, how you come up with the 50? Like, it is kind of a distance that you want to check.
it. Yes, sir. Each drone can collect can travel some 20 kilometers. So 50 drones can cover it.
So, the drones will be already minded with the map of 20 kilometers around.
It
will not
contains
go beyond.
GPS, sir. Like it can move freely across the oceans.
Okay, but why 50? Like, that's the
That's like a first fleet we are doing, right? So
right. So you can look at the numbers, right? So
Yes,
if the drone is going around 20 kilometers, right? So there is no need of 50 drones that we need to do
we
initially.
can reduce it also.
Right? No, just think of it, right? So you can do a correct math on those things, right?
Okay.
So that will help you to reduce the cost when you are pitching to some government agencies in future, right? So they will ask how many needs to be installed in a local area, the coastal area, right?
Yeah.
So wherever the plastic goes segregated or settled down. So even you cannot see the plastics in the peoples are moving around, right? So the boats moving around,
Yeah.
you won't see the plastics. It will be in the coastal's rear side. So you just need drones to collect in an immediate way. So 1 or 2 drones is more than enough, I feel.
Yes, sir.
So just check it out once with your
Sure,
team,
sir.
so you can come up with the numbers. So it will be helpful to you to be confident on your pitching to the actual customers when you are pitching to them.
Sure,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Questions from the audience, please? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Srinisha, excellent presentation.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
ma'am.
glad that somebody is speaking about microplastics.
Thank
The
you.
whole world focuses only on plastic pollution, how do we remove it, but then nobody really looks into microplastics very deeply, which is the major health concern globally. We do need solutions like this because we see a lot of WhatsApp messages and how it's being done across the world. I do remember Tamil Nadu government is actually looking at a technology from Netherlands. They
Yes.
call it as interceptors. So I really do not know whether this is different from an interceptor. That is also a cleaning this thing. Government of Tamil Nadu, we do not have solutions in India. So from Netherlands, an NGO, they're going to use this for cleaning the oceans and the rivers. Microplastics is killing humans like anything because it's entering into via food and all that. So you need to come out with some kind of recommendation also from your product. Of course, there is a product, there's a prototype, some kind of an incentives or subsidies as part of your business model, or some kind of taxes cess for polluters. Okay, that should also get into this. This is what, so there should be carrots as well as a stick approach also for all this. Pollution is a major problem. It's a wonderful solution. We do not have such technologies in the country. Maybe just take up some mentoring from IIT Madras, which is into a lot of sustainable technologies. Reach out to them, and this is why we need young innovators and young ideas. I'm so glad that you are able to pick up a key global problem statement.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Srinisha. That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Just to bring some more thoughts around this, I just want to understand what is your plan once you collect all the microplastics, how will you bring back that to the land, and where you will, how will you dispose it off
So
further?
after collecting the plastics, the drones will come back to the river banks, and then from there they will be transported to the eco-friendly brand, so that they'll turn it into sustainable products.
Okay. So again, it will be recycled, something
sir.
like that, right?
Yeah.
So did you factor those costs as well in your model to bring
No,
back?
sir, I didn't do
Yeah,
it.
you need to take care of that as well. That's all. All the best.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Students? One from the boys already.
What happens if there's a collision with another ship or other vessel?
They have AI power, they have GPS navigation, so that they'll identify whether a ship or marine life is coming while traveling.
Yes, I saw a hand here.
Will your drone be able to detect if a boat is approaching so that it can get out of the way and it won't destroy the drone?
Yeah, that's why we are installing AI power, so that it can detect what is near it, whether it's a boat or a ship or a marine life.
Thank you.
You had a great presentation.
Thank you.
Great efforts. I just had one question. With what material will you make that drone?
With that carbon fiber or other recycled marine plastics.
Thank you for all your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.